So let's talk about one of the things you do a lot of that state reps do is bills. The whole process of a bill.
Yeah.
Can you talk about how it happens?
Yeah. So most of our bill filing is at the beginning of a session.
Okay.
So when we get elected on the even years, so we always get elected on the even years, we go into session the following January.
Okay.
And that's when we file bills. So we get sworn in the first Wednesday of January
Yep.
of the odd year, and then we actually then have 2.5 weeks to file bills.
So
mostly all our bills are filed that time. Yes.
So you have a very, very short window,
time.
Okay, to file bills.
Fortunately, I've been reelected a number of years, so I can be prepared
Right.
for those bills, whether
Yes.
I get reelected or not. Usually September or October of the
Yep.
election year, we prepare them, and if we're not elected, they can have to go to somebody else.
Right.
Because when I took over, I didn't have any. So when you first take over as a state
Sure.
rep, you don't have
any bills
How are you
in
going
your
to do this in
pocket
2.5
ready to
weeks?
get-
Yeah,
right,
right,
right.
exactly. So,
Right.
so that's usually how it happens. Although recently we just had a bill that we just filed because you can file anytime during the session.
Okay.
We just filed a bill on people who lose limbs and insurance companies paying for the prosthetics because
Okay.
the insurance companies don't cover a lot of that. People don't know that. So we
yeah.
just filed a bill on that.
Okay.
But you can do it during sessions as well.
Okay.
And then what happens? All those bills, and there's about 7,000 bills that gets filed. People are
That's-
always amazed by that.
That
Yeah.
is mind-blowing.
People are always amazed at because I get people that say, "Hey, what's happening with my bill?" I'm like, "What bill is it? You got to
Right.
remind me what bill it is."
And this is for the whole state.
It's a
the
whole
7,000
state, 7,000 for
bills.
the whole state.
Okay.
We file about a couple dozen, maybe.
Yeah.
So once it goes through that process that you file them, it then goes to the clerk's office, the clerk of the house, and then they distribute where the bills are going to go. I think there are about 16 different committees.
Okay. So let's
yeah,
talk about that.
yeah.
What are committees? How are they formed? How do you get on them?
So there are I think there are 16 different committees,
Okay.
and they're usually joint committees. So they're with the Senate and the House.
And the House, okay.
And then your priorities are usually you I deal with Leader Jones, or if you're on the Democratic side, you'll deal with the Speaker. You say these are the type of committees you want to be on. So you advocate for what committees you want to be on.
Okay.
A lot of times that works, and you are on those. Sometimes you're given one that you didn't ask for, but they need somebody on it.
Yep.
So which is fine. So we usually have like 4 committees that we're assigned to.
Yep.
And then the committees meet throughout the year. Whenever the chair decides to hold these committees, they meet. There's 16 people on a committee, mostly obviously Democrats because the House is split with 135 Democrats and the rest are Republicans.
Yep.
So, but mostly it's Democrats. But there is a mixture of their Republicans, and on the Republican side, we are. There's leadership on the Republican side as well,
Sure.
so we have a little bit more of a say. And then once the committees start meeting all the bills, which by the way they have to have all the bills. They have to every bill has to have a meeting.
Be assigned to a committee.
And be assigned to a committee
And
and
have
have
a
a
meeting.
meeting. And
Okay.
have a meeting
Okay.
throughout the session.
Okay.
So that's what we've been working on now, and that's what we continue to work on throughout the year to get all those bills.
So the meetings what are hearings then?
Those are hearings. Meetings,
Okay.
hearings.
Meetings are
change,
hearings.
Yeah.
So hearings can
Yeah.
be hybrid.
They're all hybrid now. Yeah, we
which is
voted
great.
on that earlier in the year that they're going to be hybrid now. So people, I know you testified in
I
a bill
did.
not too long ago, and you were able to do it from here, which
right
is
from the desk.
which is
Yeah.
wonderful because it just makes it so much easier. Particularly people in the western part of the state that want to
Right.
come out.
Right.
They're now connected. So if you want to be there, you can testify.
Yep.
If not, you can do it remote.
So
that's good.
every bill goes to a
Right.
committee, and every committee has hearings, and
Right.
they're hybrid if they're done. Now some require listening tours. Can you just talk about that?
Yeah, so unfortunately, to be on the House Ways and Means, the budget for the state. So we went on a listening tour throughout different parts of the region,
Yep.
including the western part of the state as
Yeah.
well, which is
Yeah.
really far out there.
Yeah.
We were almost on the New York border.
Right. For a small state, it's a lot of travel.
Yeah. But we go before we have the hearings. And we actually listen to, what are the priorities of the people in the communities? What do we need as a state? And that's how the budget is formed on the House side. Of course, the governor does her budget,
Yep.
Sends it to the House, and then the House forms their own budget.
Okay.
So those are the listening tours. I'm also on community, small business and community. I'm on that, and we're actually looking to do a tour as well.
Okay.
Just to go listen to the small communities throughout the Commonwealth to see what the needs really
Right.
are in the communities.
Right. What are they talking about?
Right.
So what are the committees that you're on?
So I am on again, the House Ways and Means, which is the budget, and
Yep.
I'm a ranking member of that,
Okay.
which is nice.
And that's the big committee, right?
Yes,
Ways and Means
that's the
is-
big.
yeah.
That's the one everyone really wants,
yeah.
and that's a lot more than 16 people.
Yeah.
I think it's like 32 or something
Yeah,
like that.
okay.
On that. And then healthcare finance, because of my background in
Yep.
healthcare, I've always advocated for that one, and
Right.
So I'm on that one as an assistant ranking member.
Yep.
And as I said, the community development and small business, that's my new one this year.
Right, great.
It takes the place of tourism. I was on tourism for the
Yes,
last 8 years,
yes.
so now I'm on this, which sort of goes hand in hand with
Yeah.
what we do here in Plymouth anyways. And then municipalities and regional government. And that really is for any town meeting votes that happen in any part of the state
Yeah.
that needs the legislative approval, it comes through our committee.